Women have typically been the forgotten minority trapped in domestic life. It wasn't until 1920 that women were finally heard. This was the era that women decided to take control of their lives. They cut their hair and shortened their skirts, declaring their freedom from their oppressive male escorts. They held protests and set up informational stations to plead for suffrage. They marched through the streets with banners and signs sloganing for the deserved equality. The 19th Amendment granted women suffrage. This forever changed women's role in government and social life, paving the way for future generations in America. In the 1940s, with the men and the boys overseas at war, women took to the factories. They built everything from airplanes to guns. Everything the war effort needed, women provided. When the war was over, the men came home and took their jobs back, and yet again, women were demoted to second-class citizens. In the 1970s, the feminist art movement came about. Women finally voiced their outrage through different media. The Guerrilla Girls were a group of women who made art portraying their anger at this inequality of the races. They wore gorilla masks to hide their identity. Inspired by the Guerrilla Girls, we built gorilla masks and devised a plan to shock people in our small town. We dressed ourselves as polar opposite women. One the whore, dressed in a corset and fishnets, and one the virgin, dressed in flats and a Sunday dress. We then took to the streets of Orchard Park, strolling through businesses.
I didn't know what was going on.
People seem to be indifferent to our performance. People have become desensitized to this topic. However, this issue still hasn't been solved. People need to wake up and do something about this. Women deserve equality.
And I portrayed the whore.
Hi, I'm Sarah Ozeski, and I portrayed the virgin.
When we were first introduced to feminist art, we gravitated toward the Guerrilla Girls and their concept of shock and awe through public anonymous display.
Our goal was to shock people by portraying the two opposite ends of the female spectrum, the virgin and the whore.
Initially, we thought the gorilla mask would make this easier on us and able to portray our parts. Instead, we felt uncomfortable and anxious.
Due to our lack of confidence, we did not portray our parts as planned, but we do feel that we got a reaction from the Orchard Park citizens. I think the worst, the most nerve-wracking, was our first time when we went into Tim Hortons for the first time, and everyone just stared, and it was just so much more uncomfortable than we thought it would be.
And the fact we had a camera following us, I think that was the thing that made people really uncomfortable, because the people around us were uncomfortable, and we expected that. We expected more of, what are you doing, like, get out of here type of reaction. And that was what I wanted, because I wanted to have people come up and ask us what we were doing so we had the opportunity to talk to them. Instead, they all kind of just like shunned us and ran away.
We got the shock part down, definitely.
Shock was there.
Shock was there.
It wasn't the shock we wanted. It was the shock of running away, what is going on, as opposed to the shock of, let me go see what's going on. We wanted more of a curiosity, but it's not really what we achieved.